Hey, welcome to the Future Today channel. In today's video, I want to share with you 3 key industries that are being knocked out by a single industry. 3 key industries that are being knocked out by a single industry. So you would have to watch this video. Perhaps you work in any of these 3 industries. And what happens is watching this video would have you know that you're actually going to be knocked out. So you plan your life so that at the end of the day, when the storm comes and you're being laid off, you're actually not going to be hurt by it, or you're actually not going to find yourself wanting. Because the reality of the matter is, in most advanced countries, whatever that I'm sharing with you, these 3 industries have already been knocked out by this single industry. As a matter of fact, in some countries too, they are also running this industry on pilot basis. So if you're in any of these less developed countries like Africa, like any of these countries in sub-Saharan Africa, it is only a matter of time before you are also completely eliminated if you work in any of these industries. So let's find out in the continuation of this video. But before I expound in detail the aforesaid, if you're new to this channel, I want to welcome you. Now on here, we share the belief of the future being in the now. In that respect, I come your way and I share with you future tips that if you take advantage now, like I mean now, it goes a long way to positively impact the betterment of your future in a positive light, particularly your financial life. So if you share the aforesaid belief, please hit the subscribe button and share this with a friend. Have a friend take advantage of this great impactful opportunity. Now, thank you that you will do. By now, you may be asking yourself, what are these 3 industries and what is this industry that is so powerful to be knocking out, to be taking away 3 key jobs? Well, let's start with the jobs that are being taken off first. The first industry that's been knocked out by this industry is the accounting industry. The second is the auditing industry. Waiting for the third, I'd share that with you in a bit. Now, this accounting industry is going to be knocked out and auditing industry is going to be knocked out because basically whatever work that they do, whatever task that they perform or execute, this particular industry does it and does it better. It does it with perfection. How? I'll share that with you in a bit. Let's ask ourselves, what do these accountants do? What do these auditors do that this company does it and does it better? For accountants, what they do is that they capture or they record and store information on ledgers. And then these things will be then used, whatever information that they have actually stored in will be used for somewhat tracking purposes, as far as some financial transaction is concerned, and also for integrity purposes. Also, auditors, they kind of double check. They double check whatever these accountants have embedded on ledgers for the purpose of verification, validation, and also transparency and accountability purposes. So they only validate whatever these accountants have actually embedded on ledgers for the purpose of, I want to repeat it again, transparency, accountability, and development as a whole. And after which they will then revert or circle back with their findings to whoever that sponsored them. So if it was a government official, you will basically revert back to the government office, and then the government will then broadcast that information to you or I. You get it? This is what accountants and auditors do. Now, this job that they perform or execute, this single industry executed it very well. It executes it with perfection. As to how perfect it does it, I'll share that with you in a bit. But it also records and then stores and then it also validates this financial information on the ledgers and then broadcasts it to all participants in this case being you and I. So this time around, instead of the government official coming by to tell us whether he wants to tell us whether he's lying or not, we're not going to be able to know. We would get access to whatever information that transpires in our economy directly. So there's complete transparency and accountability. Now here comes the kicker. The problem is, not only does this industry task or actually execute the jobs of these auditors and accountants in a well-mannered measure. You get it? It also has solved the problems that these traditional accountants and auditors face. And every industry, once you're facing a problem, it affects what we call efficiency, it affects what we call efficiency, productivity, profitability, and then development. And every nation, every firm wants that. Every firm, every nation wants that. So this particular industry is bringing forth these things. So why wouldn't any firm adopt it? Now, let me show you. Traditional accountants and auditors, they are always confronted with a problem of, say, delays, because their work is very cumbersome. So for instance, if they're running a project, it might take them, say, 2 years to run that project. Now, this project that took them 2 years to run, if this industry that is going to eliminate them actually comes to play, it does that whole work with just 20 minutes. In less than 20 minutes, it will do that same work. The work that these traditional accountants and auditors, it will take them, say, 2 years to actually execute, it takes it less than 20 minutes to execute. Now, taking less time to execute something means there is efficiency. Efficiency then breeds what we call productivity. Productivity then breeds what we call what profitability. Profitability then breeds what we call what development. That is what every firm wants, every nation wants. And so having done this, having this industry actually bring this to forth or to light, which company or which nation wouldn't want to adopt it? So no wonder it's been expanding its tentacles day in and day out. So if you're in the accounting sector, please, it is only a matter of time before you get kicked out. Now is not only the time to start saving more, but also start, investing in other income generative assets so that when the time comes and you're being, laid off, you're actually not going to find yourself wanted. This is the reality on the ground. Another problem that most of these accountants and auditors, they do is that some of them, they plot with government officials to, manipulate some of these figures. And that affects productivity, efficiency, profitability, and development, which is what no nation wants that. No country wants that. No institution actually wants that. And this particular industry acts as a tamper-proof system. And so there is no way you can actually manipulate any figure on the system as far as financial transactions are actually concerned. So this is the reality of the matter. And it works with so much speed, as we've come to know. It works with so much speed. And not only that, it works with accuracy. It takes into account accuracy and precision. And so there is no mistakes in its workings, I should put it that way. In its work, you wouldn't see any mistake in it. Unlike what traditional accountants and auditors do, sometimes you realize that most of the information that are embedded on ledgers are so much erroneous, and that hinders productivity, hinders efficiency, hinders growth and development in general. And as I said, no nation wants that. So having said all of these things, given all that I've said, it is quite blatant that this company has the strength to actually replace this accounting industry and auditing industry. And as I said, it's happening in other areas. So in Africa and less developed countries, it is only a matter of time. So if I were you and I was an accountant, or I would say, what do you call it, an auditor, now is the time to start looking elsewhere. Now is the time to start saving more money. Now is the time to also start, investing in other income generative assets, so that when that time comes and you're being hit by the fist, by actually the fist of this particular industry, you are not going to find yourself wanting. That is the reality of the matter. And actually, you're going to be hit by it. It is coming so fast. So please prepare and take advantage of this future tip that I shared with you. It will go a long way to help you. Now, I know you're so much bent on wanting to know the name of this particular industry that is doing the knocking out. In the part 2 video of this, I'd share with you that particular company, and also share with you the third company that is actually knocking it out. So if you want to know all about it and take advantage of the future tip that I'm actually giving you, then please meet me in the part 2 video of this particular broadcast as I share with you on there. Again, if you found this information helpful or impactful, share this with a friend, subscribe to this channel as I continuously come your way with more. Now, thank you that you will do. I'd see you in the part 2 video. Thanks for your time.